All right, should we get into our challenges?
Let's get into it, man.
What did we? It was I challenged you with Red Hot Chili Peppers.
No, I challenged you with the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
And I said that so convincing, straight in your face. I mean, yes.
Shit. And you challenged me to Megadeth.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Half and Half Podcast.
Hey.
Hey, girl.
I am so frustrated right now.
Technical difficulties again?
Like always.
That's so weird. What changes from...
I don't know, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like everything is perfect. And then I buy brand new stuff and I plug it in and it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I think I've been doing this for more than 20 years. And electronics, as much as I love them and I'm good at messing with them, they just, I don't know. They falter all the time.
They just don't like you, I guess.
I guess so. I think it's all the spirits that are following me. You know how they embed themselves in electricity?
Yeah. And
it's just, they're like in my lines and making noises and stuff.
Yeah, you're probably right. That's what you get for fucking with all that.
So what's up? What's new?
Dude, I'm actually... So everyone knows, for me, late October... through January, it's fat kid season.
Mm-hmm.
I've been hitting it hard.
Yeah, dude, me too.
And it's like, it's really consumed me.
Yeah.
I normally pack on 15 pounds within those 2.5 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then come January, I lose it all, right?
Right.
But I changed my workout. So this time period, the workouts are heavy cardio, heavy weight intense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, to combat, so I can just burn and burn and burn and burn and burn.
Right.
That way, I can fuck around with my calories a little more.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's the age or what, but man, it's coming on hard, dude.
I've been pretty good at watching what I eat. Mm-hmm. No alcohol, with the exception of on Halloween. Halloween party, I had one little tiny drink, but really no alcohol. I've been doing good until Halloween hit.
Yeah.
Halloween hit. I hadn't had sugar, nothing. I, with these fat fingers, dipped into the Reese's and it was over. And ever since then, man.
Right?
Bad.
Right. I know it, dude.
So those of you who know, like, I, for the most part, go vegan. I am not a vegan because obviously I cheat.
Yes.
But I like to go vegan. Just like, I'm not gay, but I like to go gay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So,
hey, it's better to be bi than by yourself, right?
Exactly. So, my wife had some blood results and stuff, and long story short, she needs some more meat in her life. Apparently, my meat's not doing it. So,
well, it's because Italian sausage, man. It's it's very one way, right? You need the diversity.
Yeah. So my wife hates meats, and it's actually kind of funny because she actually needed meats and vitamin D. Apparently, I'm just not cutting it somewhere.
You are not. It's time to reevaluate, Danny. I hate to break it to you.
So, anyways, I've kind of forced her, like, you know what, screw it, I'm eating like shit anyways, and I haven't had red meat in a while and stuff, and so I forced her to go to, I forced the whole family to go to a meat place. Man.
Which place?
Famous Dave's.
Oh, dude, their cornbread?
Yes.
Stupid. Right?
Yeah.
Their potato salad? Ridiculous.
Jason, I was watching him the whole time, like, with his cornbread just sitting there. And I'm like, dude, when are you going to eat that? When are you going to eat that? When are you going to eat that? And so finally he was like, you want my cornbread? I was like, fuck yes, I do.
God bless Jason.
I know, right?
Why was he not eating it?
I don't know. I'm like, at least taste it. It's like the best part of being here.
Look, I've said it once and I'll say it again. Fuck Jason.
Exactly. Well, in this instance, it was in my favor because I got 2 cornbreads.
Well, yeah. We always order extra cornbread from there.
See, I should have thought of that.
Yeah, they're like a buck something for more, but Famous Days is amazing, man. I love it there.
So, it always reminds me of we had one of our past drummers. He was a chef there. and he would bring us before practice. He would bring us ribs, and they were like the best fucking ribs ever.
What?
And he would be
Pat Shermer.
sitting there eat the ribs with his fingers all fucking
Who was this?
fucking Angel.
He did?
Yes.
I don't even remember that.
It was the best. I was like, you're the
What the
only fucking
fuck?
drum I've ever had that's eating ribs right before you're about to play.
Why do I not remember that?
I don't know, man, but they were amazing.
I missed that guy.
So yeah, so my point is that from Halloween to now, I've probably put on a good like solid 6 pounds.
I've only managed to put on 4, and I don't know how, but I just feel fucking sluggish. You know what I mean? Like,
So let me ask you this: I know this is a music channel, but we like to talk about health and diet sometimes.
yes, we do.
You know, bears go into hibernation, so they naturally bulk up, or I guess is that the word? Fatten up,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
Is there some sort of process in the human body that perhaps does the same thing, that almost like we don't realize that it's making us hold on and retain the fat during cold season?
No, I don't think so.
I mean,
at
you would
all.
think scientifically that would be a
No.
thing.
No, I never even heard of that. I mean,
I think I'm onto something here, Adrian.
people who are fitness lovers, such as myself, we call it bulking season. Well, I call it fat kid season.
Right.
But it's like, you know, it's winter weather. You're always wearing jackets, and you know, there's no need to run around shirtless because it's cold outside. So it's like, give your body a break.
Yeah, but has evolution, because I would imagine like back in the day before we had homes and stuff, you know, there was hunter gatherers. That was like over 200,000 years ago, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if, I mean, I would imagine just like any other animal, humans would have had some sort of process in their bodies that would help them to retain fat during a cold season.
I mean, there's only one way to really test that, and it's to find somebody who doesn't fuck around during the holidays.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm probably totally way off here.
Like, yeah, that's hard to gauge unless you know somebody who factually does not
Yeah, that's true.
fucking get off their diet.
Well, temperature does play a role though in like your workouts and stuff, no?
Oh, I mean, it does, yeah.
Or like also like when you're cold, you burn more calories technically.
That's what
right?
they say, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Yeah, but I've been hitting it hard, dude, and I've
yeah, you have.
and it's
My ass is sore right now.
and it's only November 15th. So speaking of November, I wanted to so next week is Thanksgiving.
I know. I'm not going to be here.
Yeah, and I'm going to be on straight days, so this is our Thanksgiving
Straight days.
episode. Okay. It's never
Well, it's a good thing I'm going to be gone. You're going to be on straight days because when I come back, it's gay days for you.
Oh, dude, it's gay day every day. buddy. Yeah, so this is technically our Thanksgiving episode.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Damn, I
Yeah.
forgot the turkey legs.
Oh,
No.
shit.
Since see, that's what really sucks though. Going back a little bit, I'm going to be on the beach next week.
It's gonna totally throw you off.
I'm going to
dude.
look like a fucking beached whale.
No, man. What's gonna happen is you're gonna think it's summer.
Yes, but I'm talking about how I'm going to look, Adrian.
Oh God,
I'm going to look like a tattooed beached whale.
dude.
Ain't nobody want to see that.
Just shave. That's
Oh
all
my-
you gotta do.
No, it's going to make me look like I don't know, walrus.
Where are you going again?
Cancun.
Cancun, not Cancun. You're going to
Cancun.
Cancun.
I'm going to Cancun. Yeah, so man, and that was the plan, right? Like I was really trying to get a beach bod without exercising.
Yeah, I know. I love your mentality. I cannot wait to get beach ready without doing anything.
Because look, I don't care about looking lean or muscular or any of that. I just wanted to not look fat, you know.
Yeah.
And now, like I was actually close. I was close. So now I'm thinking of like finding a sauna and just staying in there for like 8 hours.
Yeah, that's gonna do nothing but.
I'll lose water weight, man.
Yeah, and then as soon as you drink water, you get it back.
Really? So we're
Oh,
we're like
God.
sponges.
Yes, and especially if you were to eat something high in sodium, your body's gonna retain all
I
that
eat a
again.
lot of stuff high in sodium.
Oh,
That's my
chinga.
problem right there, man. Sodium
Salt?
and carbohydrates.
Oh, dude, mine's sugar, man.
Sodium usually comes from.
It's also high in protein. by
Yeah,
the
that
way.
is true. I was thinking of doing. Remember back in the day, I did keto,
Yeah.
and I actually lost a lot of weight. I was thinking of doing that again, but then like it's at odds with what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I know. You always throw me off. You always send me all these like vegan recipes and vegan meats, and because I enjoyed it last year,
Yeah.
and I intend on doing it again. But then like 2 days later, you're like, dude, I fucked up. I had some chicken. And
Yeah, no, I'm all over the place. I'm gonna stop saying like, I say now like, oh, I went vegan for a week. You know what I mean? Like, I can no longer say anything other
well,
than
especially now, because of Danny, you kind of you have no choice. You can't let her go it alone, right? If she's gonna eat meat, you gotta eat meat.
that. It was funny because yesterday she didn't realize that our trip was already next week, and she's been dieting, right? And she was really going hard like yesterday. And I looked at her and I was like, the the gains that you're gonna make from your diet between now and next week are very slim. You want Wendy's? She was like, and most people be like, no, I'm gonna continue. Like, fuck off, right? No, she was like, wow, you just convinced me. Yes, let's get Wendy's.
The thing is when I train people, like I love when people come to me and they're like, train me for California.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if this works against me getting clientele, because I don't want to just I tell people I don't train for vacation, right? Like I want to train you for life.
Mm-hmm.
If you get out of me what you need in 2 workout sessions and you're gone,
Yeah.
well then I've done my job, right? This isn't like a scam thing where I make you lose enough just to come back, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you get what you need out of me, that's great. So I always tell people, well, what about after California?
Mm-hmm.
I want to change lives, not vacations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if you guys did all this great work, step foot into Cancun, and you fucking start hitting the tacos hard and the tequila and the fucking beer, it's like, dude, everything you just did is now gone.
I mean, you are good at training.
I am.
That's why when I hear the door open, my pants just come off immediately. Like it's just like, a dog, when you
Bam.
hear the click,
Yeah.
The dog, they know how to sit. Like me, I'm just,
Automatically, boom, pants
yeah,
off.
exactly.
All right. So what I was getting at, because it's our Thanksgiving episode, let's run over some things we're thankful for the year.
Oh shit. I didn't even prepare this. Why didn't you tell me to prepare
know what?
this?
If you're really thankful for it, you wouldn't have to prepare for it. It
That
should
is
just
a good
come
point.
to mind.
That is a good point.
Go. I'm putting you on the spot.
Oh, what? Already? I don't even have time to think. I am thankful for... I don't know what the fuck, dude. Like, I don't want to say the usual stuff. Everybody knows I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for my wife, my kids, like my... There's so much to be thankful, obviously, right? It's kind of like when you give an acceptance speech.
Yeah.
Everybody, I want to thank my mom. I want to thank my wife. Like, it's like, okay, we get that. Get to the, like, I don't know, the meaningful shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's meaningful, but, everybody says it.
Yeah.
So I am thankful for all those things.
Yeah.
I guess I'm thankful for my height.
Oh my God. My good looks, my beautiful pinkies.
I'm thankful for baseball caps because,
Why?
I'm losing my hair a little bit these days.
Dude, so let's talk about that real quick. So you always go one extreme to the other.
Yeah.
So
That's how I do.
a few months back, we were at the shave my head point.
Yep.
You went completely bald. Anton LaVey bald.
It looked pretty good too.
And out of nowhere, you called me and you're like, dude, I think I'm just going to go full on shag. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he said, I'm going to grow my hair. I'm going to grow my hair out, and I'm going to grow my beard out. Both as long as possible.
Yeah. I'm going fucking Forrest Gump.
Yeah. So weird.
That's my goal. There's days that I love it and then there's days that I'm like, nah, man, I can't be doing this. So I don't know. I'm just going for it, man. I have hats to cover that shit up.
What you have for you is your jobs are not conventional.
Right.
So you're allowed to fuck around all you want.
If I was back doing what I used to do in an office and all that shit, I'd go bald.
Yeah.
Easier to maintain. Don't have to worry. Just wake up and go.
Yeah.
I liked it when I did it. But right now, considering I am my own boss, like,
Yeah.
who cares?
Yeah.
But you know, I do get a lot of shit for it.
From who?
Family members calling me out. Why are you doing that? You're balding. I'm like,
So
fuck you.
Okay.
I'm going for the Rick Rubin look, okay?
The impersonation alone, that's either Jason or Eric.
Actually, my daughter was giving me shit yesterday.
Oh, really?
It's because, like, so even though my hair is thin, like, I'm not bald by any means. Like,
Yeah.
people, like, I could go outside and people wouldn't notice. You would have to sit there and look and be like, oh, wow, your hair is thinning a little bit, Paul. Which, by the way, dude, I go back like 3 years. I had a full set of hair, beautiful, luscious locks. It was my past job, you know, doing what I did. That's when I got my first grays. That's when my hair started thinning. I blame the stress of what I was doing before for what happened there.
Yeah.
So the way my hair is right now is the same way it was when I left there. It's like, not like I'm continuing to lose hair.
Yeah.
It's just the stress. Like, I am a firm believer now. Fuck that place. I'm a firm believer that that's what caused my hair to thin out like it did.
You were very stressed out in those days.
Dude, it was a very stressful job.
There's days that I would not hear from you and I would have to refrain from getting mad
Yeah.
and be like, no, I know he's stressed out. He told me 4 days ago what happened.
So what happens when you work with old bitches.
Bitches,
Man. No, that lady was probably like 60% of my stress.
Yeah.
So some context, you know, obviously I was in the education system, did a lot of really big things, I guess, in terms of I opened up a school or helped open up a school. But there was just people that were on my quote team that just made my life hell. I'm never one to complain. I'm one to just suck it up and do what I need to do, right? But when people are like trying to like start drama and just like meddle in things to make your life miserable, and when you're dealing with a position that's so difficult when it comes to compliance, yeah, it can become very, very, very stressful very quickly. And but anyways, I don't want to get too much into that. But yeah, anyways, that stress, which is hence a big part also why I left to focus on the guitars and the studio and stuff. That's why I feel like I aged in those couple of years. I feel like I aged like 10 years.
Well, there's your thanks, man. You just rolled out your thanks without even knowing it.
Thank you.
You are lucky enough to have positioned yourself to be able to say, fuck that place.
Yeah.
And you've made it this far.
But I don't like doing that because I'm thanking myself.
It doesn't matter.
I don't want to thank myself.
Well, hey, you should be thankful that it was able to happen.
I'm thankful that I was.
You know how many people try to become entrepreneurs or their own boss or do their own shit and they're unable to?
Yeah.
You have an amazing support system, a best friend that people would fucking die for.
That is true.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Even though you've tried replacing me I guess as of yesterday, it's probably like the 7th time this year. But whatever, we know it never happens.
I just have to keep you on your toes, Adrian.
Well, yeah, I tell you what, you're going to keep me on my toes and I'm going to put somebody on their back. That's what it's coming
or
down
on their
to.
stomach, huh?
Nope. I'm not going to fuck around with your new boyfriends. You're high. Someone's getting knocked out.
Oh, man. Yeah, I guess, I'm thankful for
you were able to do
position that I'm in right now.
Yeah, there you go,
It
man.
could be worse. It could be better. But you know what? I can't complain. I'm alive.
Kill to quit my job.
Yeah. So, yeah. We could get there.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
We are, man.
Sorry, Tony.
We got some cool things in the pipeline that we can't and do not want to speak of yet, but it has to do with great things. Part of it is our podcast. Cool.
Well, we can speak about that.
Can we?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well,
so
wait, let me give my thanks first.
Okay, give your thanks.
Okay. So, I, like you.
I know you do. I thought you loved me, but whatever.
Hey, you keep throwing these fucking guys on me, dude, and it's at me because I want you to throw them on me. Yeah, but exactly. If you throw them at me, it's different. I want to say typical things because truthfully, I am. Mm-hmm. I am thankful that you and I have made it this fucking far without killing each other. Mm-hmm. I am thankful for my kids, my wife. Like, dude, I got great...
My wife? Sorry.
My wife. You would never get this. Dude. Okay, wait. Side note. For you comic nerds and Marvel movie buffs, I found a big character in the Marvel MCU goes by the name of Mephisto. He's basically the devil. So this past phase in the MCU, and I'll try to speed this along, they've been teasing Mephisto because he's a big high power within the villains, right? Anyway, long story short, we're finally getting Mephisto in the MCU. Played by none other than fucking Borat.
Are you serious?
Dude, I text my kid, I said, we're finally getting Mephisto and I know who's playing. He's like, who is it? And I sent him a picture of Borat giving a thumbs up.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Sasha Cohen Baron will be
I love that
playing.
guy. That guy's brilliant, man.
He is. He fucking is. But so yeah, I'm thankful for the typical things. Yes, but this year I didn't want to speak about it because I didn't feel it was my place to speak of it. I don't. I'm not like a. What do you want to say? I'm very closed off, very reserved, right? Like I don't need people's shit. Not in a bad way. You know, most people say, well, you should have told us because we would have been there for you. And it didn't happen to me, right? But the one thing I'm thankful for is at the beginning of the year, my family was dealt a really big blow. And my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Right.
Hardcore, aggressive breast cancer. But she's a fucking fighter. She was recently told she had surgery, double mastectomy. Her doctor told her, you are 100% cancer free.
Nice.
100%. So
yeah,
I'm thankful for, all the prayers and the amazing doctors and everybody that helped save my mom's life.
Yeah.
She's still
That's
here.
awesome, dude. Like, I remember when you text me that, and I was like, I don't know. It's like such a relief.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And she's doing good, right?
She's doing amazing.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Amazing, man. The doctor even told her that in so many words, she's a rare case. Only 30% of women beat this aggressive form of cancer the way she did.
Right.
So much so that they want to send her to California, a cancer clinic there, to actually have studies done on her, on how her body did what it was able to do.
Yeah.
Because only 30% of people fucking beat this thing. And thank God she was part of that 30%.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's really good. I mean, yeah, that's a lot to be thankful for, and
Yeah.
I don't think that's typical though. That's not something that a lot of people.
I was just going through the typical part before I got to that part.
Oh, okay.
Because I tell you all the time, whether you say it back or not, I have my moments where I'm like, I love you, man. Because I think about us all the time.
Yeah. Well, of course, I think about you
Sexually,
all the time.
non-sexually.
Yeah. I always think about you. My favorite image of you is just you naked, glistening in the moonlight. Me sitting there with a spray bottle just spritzing you.
And it's so weird. I just think about your pinkies moving up and down.
No, of course, yeah. I'm thankful for a lot of stuff as well. Like, like on that tip, and I don't want to I'm not trying to steal your thunder or anything.
Oh,
but,
not you.
But I lost both of my parents.
Yeah.
Of to cancer, both of them, in less than a year, and so I am thankful for, like, for example, my brothers, my friends, my daughter, my wife, of course, kind of just rallying around us and support.
Absolutely.
That's a blow that's just very difficult to deal with. I still struggle. You know what I mean? It's not like, I don't know. It's really weird. It's really surreal.
Yeah.
But I think about, had I had other people in my life, and I'm not saying anybody in particular, I'm just saying like other people that didn't rally around us the way it was, they did. I don't know if it would have been as easy to manage,
Yeah.
My wife was huge in that. She pretty much was there for anything and everything,
Yeah.
Had it been anybody else, I don't think I would have been able to manage and deal with it the way I did.
No,
So.
absolutely, man. And that's why I always say a great support system.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
So yeah, that's my thanks for the year. That's your thanks for the year.
Mm-hmm.
We're still here, right? That's a great thing to be thankful for.
Yep.
We're already over what, a year and some change on this podcast.
Yeah. So
People seem to like us enough for us to want to keep doing it. Thankful for that.
So some news on that. I don't want to jinx it. No, I think we're all right. I'm gonna sign contracts. Send the contracts today.
Okay.
So, unfortunately for our listeners, I guess you're gonna start to hear some ads coming up.
Yeah.
Not gonna be very long, right? But when we first started this podcast, our goal was to just do it because we literally get together in the studio, and we've been doing this for decades, and we sit down and we talk music, and we talk nutrition, we talk everything, but mostly music is our thing because that's our background, right? And we always said, like, we should record this, and this was like years ago, before podcasts even existed. Like, this is like, just not even for anybody but ourselves, like just to go back and listen to. And we came up with the idea of doing the podcast. So we literally come in and do what we've been doing for many, many, many years. The only difference is that we have a mic in front of us and we press record.
Yeah. Even for whatever reason, you and I have been speaking a lot more like these past 3 weeks. I don't know why, but we're on the phone almost every day for an hour at a time.
Yeah.
And every time we're talking, I always say, man, we should have recorded that.
Yeah, exactly. And so what I'm trying to get at is that we do this because this is what we love to do. Yeah. It was never with the goal of, hey, we can make money off of it one day, or the goal of, it was never that. It was just like, hey, we love talking. We should record it, and so we can go back and listen to the stupid shit that we say. Really, that's what it came down to.
I think we've also even said, dude, if somebody was recording that conversation, nobody would ever believe it happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'd always say shit like that. So
the only reason I'm not going to mention names is because my experience has been, when you mention, like, so I'm working with so-and-so, people will then try to contact so-and-so and be like, and not that people would know how, but you never know, and be like, hey, you're working with my friend, and hey, can you help us out too? You know, shit like that. So I won't mention names, but there is a couple of, there's a person who contacted us who is pretty much a celebrity on a TV show. I will say that it is on Bravo TV. Him and his wife are pretty famous. I know his wife has like over 1 million followers on Instagram, for whatever that's worth. They have a very, very popular podcast, very, very popular. We were contacted. So happens that even though they're famous for what they do, just like a lot of celebrities, they have side businesses, they do other things. And since his podcast became so wildly popular, he created a business, or he's starting a business, I should say, in helping other podcasts that he approves of to be able to manage certain things a little bit better, in terms of monetization, ads. And so we're signing with him and his company, who will be managing those for us to help us get paid, which is why you'll hear ads on here, because, well, I mean, we do this, we make the time.
Yeah.
How cool is it that we're going to get paid to talk to each other?
I've always said it.
You know?
I've always said it.
Call it selling out. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. When you're in these shoes, then you can fucking talk.
Exactly.
You know?
So we have actually, I had my lawyer review the contract, which is why it's taken a little bit of time. It's a pretty clean contract. Just a few changes that had to be made, but it's exciting because here probably at the beginning of the year, you know, we're officially going to start getting paid to have these conversations with each other.
Right.
So, but I want to say, going on back to being thankful, this could have never happened had we not had the listeners that we have.
No, absolutely.
I know we joke around about having 5 or 6 people listening, but you know what? What's crazy is that people have, for whatever reason, started actually listening to us, and gotten us to the point now where, because of our analytics, because of how many people are listening, and all that, we're actually able to land such a deal. So thank you.
Yes, thank every single one of you.
Yeah.
And Paul's right. We 100% could not do it without you. We even say it when it comes to, when we used to be heavily active in the music scene. It's like without our fans or friends, likers, whatever you want to call them,
Mm-hmm.
we'd have nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It takes people to show interest and to show for other people to be like, well, these guys are onto something.
Right.
Because if they listened to our podcast and it was just two gay guys talking and it's like, yeah, okay, it's funny, but nobody fucking else likes it, I'm out. So it's, the proof is in the pudding that you guys are helping us out.
Yeah. So yeah. That's some big news.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's something to be thankful
I'm
for.
excited. I actually put it in my notes. I need to send the contract today. He's gonna be like, nah, never mind.
Yeah,
you guys took too long.
You're too fucking late. Fuck out of here.
All right, should we get into our challenges?
Let's get into it, man.
What did we? It was I challenged you with Red Hot Chili Peppers.
No, I challenged you with the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
And I said that so convincing, straight in your face. I mean, yes.
Shit. And you challenged me to Megadeth.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
But there's a couple of questions I had for you before I got into this. And I was just thinking about it real quick. So again, I know we like to repeat ourselves, but I am a huge fan of female artists. Female fronted bands are everything to me. And I've never asked you, who was your all-time favorite female artist? If you had to choose one.
Mm-hmm. I already can tell you exactly who it is. You're going to be totally...
so it's not Bjork?
No.
Oh, damn it. Okay. Who?
And you think I'm joking when I'm going to say this name, but I'm being totally serious.
Wait. Okay, no, go. I can't think about it.
Carla Morrison.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dude, I think Carla Morrison has the best female voice of all time.
She's great, but I'm sorry.
You know what's crazy though? And I probably talked about this before, but I'm going to say it again. I started listening to Billie Eilish before she blew up, right? Mm-hmm. Like I said, like this girl's got onto something. She's amazing. Her voice, blah, 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 blah.
We even have that on video.
Yeah. I realize she actually, I don't know if she's influenced by them, but like Carla Morrison, for example, was doing kind of that style way before Billie Eilish. But when you listen to her voice, you can see where I would imagine there's a lot of female vocalists out there that she's influenced and people just don't know.
Yeah.
Because she's not an American artist.
Right.
But yeah, man, when I hear her voice, it's like I melt. It's just so fucking good.
So you've been listening to her fairly recently. Let's say the past 5, 7
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay. Prior to that though, because I'm talking like
all time.
She's your all time right now.
Right. And I don't know. It's hard. I'm hard pressed to find anybody that's gonna.
Was Bjork ever on your list?
Bjork I have a love-hate relationship with Bjork and her music. I love her music, and sometimes she does some things vocally where I'm like, I don't know, Bjork, was that really necessary there?
You may want to have thought that over again.
No, Bjork is pretty amazing. But yeah, there's stuff that she does that I'm kind of like...
Then where the hell did I get Bjork from on your list? I thought for sure...
Bjork? Dude, I don't know. That's a tough one. Female leading vocalist.
All right, give me 5. Give me 5 right now.
I hate that I'm going to say this, but I just... maybe not in the present, but perhaps in the past. And I was never really a big fan of this band, but I appreciate her. The singer of Paramore.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's great.
I really appreciate her. You're never going to catch me saying fucking something like Evanescence. Fuck that band. All you new metal peeps out there, fuck that.
Oh, God. Here we go with using new metal in the wrong way again. Chingo.
You know what? This is a very good question.
Yeah.
I don't know why she came to mind. Like, I don't know, man. Throw names out there and I can tell you yes or no.
Well, then I'm just giving you my top 5 if I do that.
I mean, I go back to... I don't know why. I'm just not thinking of a lot of female vocalists right now.
See, and that's what I'm getting at here is back in the day, you had your head so far up rock music's ass that you're not. I don't hear you getting out of rock music.
That's not true.
You have yet to mention one person out of rock aside from Carla and Billie Eilish.
Well, female though.
Yeah.
Like that's difficult for me. I mean, I listen to a lot of female vocalists, like Florence and the Machine, for example. I listen to what's her name? Fuck, I'm so bad with names. Calm Cool, very similar to what's the one that you shared one time on this chat? Ethel Cain, very similar to Ethel Cain. I will say Ethel Cain is fucking amazing.
Oh, absolutely.
I can't remember her name. She has like one of the most. She was super like wildly famous. It was very reminiscent of that. I like them, but to sit there and say like they're my top, I can't. I don't think, and it's probably because I've never really thought about who my top female specifically artists are. I think first of all, I'm very limited, right? I do listen to a lot of female artists, but I don't think I've sat there and categorized them in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like a lot of them.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I was just curious. I'll
have to think about that.
All right. Think about it. Get back to me.
All right. Yeah, I'll definitely. It's because, you know, like right away, you say female fronted, right? One of the first people that comes to mind is like Evanescence, who I just loathe, right? Don't get me wrong. She has a good voice. I just feel like the music is just terrible, right? So I think about right away a bunch of all these female artists, but to sit there and say who's in my top 5, it's very difficult. But I can say who my number 1 is, and that's Carla Morrison.
Well, that's good. I mean, at least you have a number 1.
Yeah.
Right.
She's just amazing. I mean, okay. I thought of another one. Cardigans.
Oh, yeah. Cardigans are great.
Fuck yeah. As a matter of fact, we were just talking about them, me and Jason, a couple of days ago.
Fuck Jason.
That second album they did, both of those albums, they did 2 albums, I think, only. Amazing. Yeah. Such underrated music. Sorry, I had to stretch. Okay.
I was just curious, but I'm glad you have one. I'm glad one.
Well, I just named 2.
But I'm saying,
yeah.
You know, okay, awesome. All right, on to the challenge then. That's all I wanted to ask you.
All right, you go first.
So I was challenged to listen to none other than Megadeth.
Every time you say Megadeth, I'm going to do that.
And that's the song that always comes to mind because that's all I know. So, okay. I did it different this time. I went with Peace Cells all the way up to Symphony of Destruction, like you told me. Countdown to Destruction. Symphony is the song.
Countdown to Extinction.
Yeah, exactly. So I did that. I just listened, and then I went back and I took a couple of notes, which I shouldn't have done that. I should have just started taking notes like I always do.
Right.
But
hold on, before you get into it.
Yeah.
The bass line on Peace Cells. One of the world's greatest bass lines.
Okay, yeah, I actually did write that down.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Okay, now
one of the best bass lines ever written.
No.
Ever.
One can argue with you there. It's good.
You remember that from MTV?
Dude, you know what? I knew I heard that from somewhere. But I don't know why Seinfeld came to mind. It's very reminiscent of like the whatever it does.
Oh, no, Adrian.
So that is from MTV.
Yes.
Oh, that's crazy.
Whenever the news would come on.
So, all right. So I started off with Peace Cells, right? Wake Up the Dead. I said I like the funky part in the middle. There's like this weird. Yeah. Okay, Peace Cells. I said I like the bass line at the beginning. There's a song called Bad Omen, where I got the first guitar riff to catch my attention. There's another song called I Ain't Superstitious.
Yeah, that's a cover.
Oh, it is? Oh, no wonder. I was like, man, this is very bluesy. That's what I wrote.
It's an old song.
Very bluesy. So, I mean, that being your favorite album, I kind of paid a little bit more attention to. I got to say, overall, it's his voice, man.
No, and I knew you would say that.
It's his voice.
Yeah.
Overall, right? They're very, the quintessential 80s metal band. You know what I mean? Like,
but his voice is very distinct.
No, but I'm saying musically.
Oh. I don't know, man.
Well, look, I can tell you right now, fact, Metallica is way better.
Well, fact, Dave Mustaine was also
can read
writer
for
the
Metallica.
First
Yeah.
3 albums.
But I'm saying overall, I like James Hetfield's voice better. Cliff Burton was a better bass player.
I agree.
It's just Metallica was, and that's what I was getting to. So from Peace Sells up to countdown to destruction. Extinction. You can hear the evolution. It was like Peace Sells was, it was very metal, but it had, those funky parts, and it was very right
thrash.
Yeah. And they were getting darker and darker and better by the album.
Right.
Sound quality.
I agree with that.
Musicianship. By the time you get to Extinction, it's like 2 different bands.
Right.
Almost.
So Peace Sells, real quick, just some context. One of the reasons that's one of my favorite albums is because of the nostalgia attached to it.
From when you were a kid.
Yeah, because when I heard that, I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
What is that from? What is that?
I don't know.
I forgot. It's a Christmas movie, though. National Lampoon's. The old man with the cigar.
Oh, yeah. I was watching that last night.
Really? Already? Okay. Anyways.
And then, so there's, I forgot the name of the album, but there's a song called Hangar 18.
Yes.
I like the beginning.
Yes. One of the greatest songs.
There's a song called Mary Jane. That was a good song. That's really all I wrote, other than my key points of...
But that's all from, that's not from Countdown. What about Countdown?
I didn't write anything. Because
oh my God.
Symphony of Destruction is the song I knew, right, from...
But that's a very well-written album.
It was. It just, to me, and you're going to be mad at me, but it all sounds the same after a while.
But you're a musician, though.
Yeah.
When you listen to the technical... I think, again, going back to... I said this a couple of podcasts ago, is... when you take the time to learn,
oh yeah,
and you like, for example, you just mentioned Hangar 18. Like, those chords, like, they're very common chords to play at the beginning, but when you get past that and you get into that song, it's a very difficult song to play.
There used to be a hip hop group that I loved called Hangar 18.
Oh, so yeah, I remember that.
That's why I loved. I saw the name of the song. I said, "Oh, Hangar 18."
The musicianship in Megadeth, although it does sound, I guess you can say, repetitive, it's pretty it's so technical.
It is. Look, I'm not taking anything away from the musicianship. Yeah. Yes, technically I couldn't do it.
You probably could.
Drummers,
just gotta learn it.
The drummer's great. Musicianship is definitely there. Definitely. But I like a little flavor, man, and it kind of got a little... I felt my head bobbing like this after, fucking 2 albums. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, I can see it, right? I mean, I can see the appeal. I can see why you like them. So, oddly enough, I know the history, right, between Dave Mustaine and Megadeth, and Metallica. I knew he was a integral part of Metallica at the beginning. So, who made Metallica sound then? Did Dave Mustaine create their sound and they took off with it, or was it the other way around?
And that is the argument.
Really?
However, I will go as far as to say, and I might be getting my facts a little bit incorrect here. My favorite album from Metallica is And Justice for All, which I don't think he had any part of that album. That was just that's the one that has one.
Oh, yeah.
Such a good album. I don't know. I could be wrong. They could have taken something he wrote and applied it to that album, but I don't know. But then again, the argument too is that the albums that he was a part of were fucking amazing albums. And, by Injustice for All, Metallica was already pretty well known and getting up there and pretty big, actually, because by Injustice for All, they were playing huge arenas and stuff already. So it could be argued that without Dave Mustaine, Metallica would have never seen the success that they saw.
Right.
Which I would go as far as to argue that, I think.
He was on Kill 'Em All?
Yeah, Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning.
And Metal Up Your Ass, or just those two?
Metal Up Your Ass is like I think that's only like a B album or something.
Oh,
right?
is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
like so the actual albums are Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, and Justice for All.
So he was on Master of Puppets, or he wasn't?
Oh, my understanding is that a lot of the riffs on Master of Puppets were riffs that he had written and they brought into the album.
So Metallica
Yeah.
took his style and went with it.
Kind of, yeah. And that's the thing. So when they're trying to recreate their old selves, it's kind of difficult if you don't have Dave Mustaine. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Right.
And I'm speaking really a lot out of my ass right now because I've never even really thought about this until now, even though
Because that's the first question that came to mind. It's very, again, thrash metal has its sound and it's very distinct, and those bands, they have the same formula, kind of like you would say about new metal. But what I love about Metallica is there's groove, there's melody. Like, I can't sing a Megadeth 2 song right now at all.
Right.
But I can sing a lot of Metallica songs because James Hetfield, his melodies are great.
Right.
Like, there's stuff to be remembered.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's why these bands are they're known as the Big Four.
Yeah. Well, that's
Right.
another thing I was going to ask you.
So Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer,
And
Anthrax.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, I mean,
Like, I could say of the big four, and that was on my notes. That's why I said I was going to ask you about that. Megadeth is my least favorite.
really?
I would have to go Metallica, Slayer, Anthrax, then Megadeth. I love Anthrax.
Do you?
Yeah.
Because the bass is fucking great.
Slayer,
That bass
well,
tone.
look, everyone wants to argue who started rap rock.
Yeah.
For me, it was Anthrax.
Anthrax and Public Enemy. Yeah.
Everyone wants a lot. Believe it or not, in the new metal history, a lot of people say Faith No More had a lot to do with it. Which is, you could see it, right? But, and I'm like, did you guys fucking forget about Anthrax and Public Enemy?
Yeah,
Like,
and
that had never been seen.
If I can remember correctly, I'm getting older these days and my memory's not the same. But I think I always remembered it as I heard Anthrax and Public Enemy before I heard Run DMC and Aerosmith. That's what a lot of people try to credit.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And they gave that credit to Rick Rubin for making that happen. But yeah, I mean,
But even still, I mean, yes, you had Run DMC and Aerosmith, but I'm talking like metal and hip hop, right?
yeah,
Like,
of course. Yeah.
To me, it was Anthrax.
Yeah, I think it's just a lot of people credit them with like the fusion of rock and rap.
I see what you're saying. But yeah, so just to finish it off, overall, would I go back to it? Probably not.
Really?
I did.
Because I really wanted you to learn that bass line.
I'll do that for you.
That would turn me on.
Oh,
big time.
I'm gonna walk in here naked, just do it and yeah, I don't. It's a hard pill for me to swallow, right? So a little bit of backstory. My dad was big time into "You are not listening to the devil's music," right? So growing up as a kid, naively, I thought this was legitimately the devil's music, and you're gonna summon the devil, and so my frame of mind was I was honest to God afraid of this music. Like, I didn't want to see the cover of the albums, nothing. I was scared of it as a kid, right? I mean, I was like 5 or 6, some shit like that.
And that is exactly why we're half and half. I used to be told the same thing.
But
and I was like, really? So you don't, it's like the forbidden fruit, right?
Right.
Like, oh, okay. I'm gonna listen to this.
I'm gonna tell you a weird story. At the end of the block by Glen Cove, there was this family that lived there. My friend, I think his name was David, so I shouldn't say he's my friend because I can't remember his fucking name. He had a sister. She was older than us. Anyway, one night, Gussie and I went over there and we're hanging out with David, and his sister's a big time rocker. She starts asking us about metal music, and me and Gus were like, I don't know, I love Vanilla Ice or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she starts talking about Guns N' Roses and the devil. And she's like, if I play this song right now and it's going to bring out the devil, and she starts saying all these scary things and bringing out these like scaring the fuck out of us, dude.
Traumatized.
And we ran the fuck home.
How old was she?
She's probably like 18 or something like that.
What a little bitch.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man?
Totally scared me. But
Ruined
then
metal music for you.
But as I got older, the
Right.
curiosity kicked in.
Mm-hmm.
Because I started with Metallica. That's when I was like, you know what, Dad? Bullshit. I'm gonna listen to Metallica.
Yeah.
And this was, I think I was like 10. Wait, when did the Black Album come out? 91?
91.
Okay, so I was 11.
Yeah.
And that's where I went in.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's why I'm more partial to Metallica. You know what I mean?
I could see that. I could definitely see that. And with me, it was the opposite, man. Like, we used to get those cassettes taken from us. So we knew as soon as we bought one to make a copy of it and let the real one get taken. And then we would have the copy. We did that on purpose, and we wouldn't label it.
Wouldn't it be the other way around? Make the copy, leave the copy accessible, and hide the real one.
We knew they were going to find the real one. So it was make the copy, make it not labeled, because it was just a matter of time that the new one would get taken away.
What would your parents do with it? Throw it away? Burn it?
No, actually, we found them later on in a closet.
Really?
All together, yeah. So it was like, like Christmas morning. All of a
When
sudden.
your parents were doing taxes, they were listening to fucking Megadeth. I bet
You know what's funny is that my dad liked all that music.
So then why did he take it away? Or was it your aunts?
It was my mom mostly, and I think it was more of a because my mom said so type of thing.
Yeah, he had to back her up.
And plus, he probably listened. Yeah, he probably did listen to himself. Like, yep, I'll check this out. Yeah, my dad used to let us listen to, like, for example, I'm gonna go see them in February. This band always makes me think of my dad. Is the band Exodus?
You're gonna go there. Where are you gonna see them at?
Some new place I've never heard of.
Here?
No, in Albuquerque.
Did you say that right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm tired.
I think I did. Anyways, Exodus with Anthrax and Black Label Society.
Oh, that's the show. I don't know why I thought that was going to be.
So Exodus,
soon.
Kirk Hammett was actually in Exodus originally. Yeah. So, anyways, my point is, my dad loved all that. We would listen to AC/DC, Exodus, Led Zeppelin, Metallica. Like, that's what my dad loved to listen to.
You know what's so funny that when you say that? I always think about the shit my dad was into, right?
Mm-hmm.
You ever seen the movie? You did see it because we saw it together. Detroit Rock City with Edward Furlong.
Oh, yeah,
the kids are going to the Kiss concert.
Yeah.
So there's that one scene where they're driving down the highway and they run into disco kids and they start fighting each other. Yeah. I always think that's Mr. Ward and my dad back in the day fighting.
Yeah, exactly.
Because my dad was a big old disco head.
Yeah. My dad liked all music, but he really liked those artists in particular.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. So final verdict.
A final verdict. It's just not. It's not my cup of tea, man.
Yeah.
It's just. I don't know.
Well, when we go on tour, Adrian.
I. You know what? Considering the people we're going on tour with, I know I'm the odd man out. So, welcome to it.
All right. So you challenged me to listen to the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yes. And now I said do the first 4 albums because I didn't know how familiar you were with them, but you said you wanted to do the whole discography, right?
Yeah.
So how'd you do it?
I did. I went from the very beginning.
Okay.
I really wanted to focus on, and I know this sounds weird, but I wanted to focus on the difference of drug era to post-drug era.
Oh, yeah.
Because it really does play a huge role, right?
Absolutely.
But real quick, my first question to you is, tell me again how you hate happy music.
This was not the happy you're talking about. Yes, they were an upbeat, happy, funk, punk, rap band.
Yeah. It's as happy as it gets.
No, man.
Dude, come on. You could change those lyrics around and it could have been Sesame Street songs.
What song are you talking about?
Any of the songs.
Like what?
All of them. They're fucking happy. They're super happy. They make you want to dance.
So on the first album,
I was doing jazz hands a lot.
Oh shit! On the first album, self-titled. It to me, it's it was punk rock, right? With I don't hear the happy you're thinking of, fucking MGMT. Happy.
It's happier than that.
No, it is.
Yes,
not.
it is.
No,
dude, it is so happy. It's not even funny.
Oh, stop.
It's
right. Keep going.
Let's go to the gym. Let's work out. There was good quality too, man. One thing I can say, production wise, from the very get-go to now, dude, Red Hot Chili Peppers, even pre Rick Rubin days, their production quality was pretty fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And it's weird because there wasn't a lot of bands. There's still to this day not a lot of bands doing that. Like that's one thing I appreciate real quick, and I'm gonna start off by saying this. Nobody sounds like the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Like there's so many artists we talk about, and there's so many like little baby versions of those artists, and we talk about how there's this influence from this band to this band, which is why we do a lot of these challenges, right? But dude, I was thinking about it. Like nobody sounds like Red Hot Chili Peppers, and there's aspects of certain artists in their music, so to speak, but very few. Like I think about like what's his name, the Parliament Funkadelic, George Clinton.
Yeah,
like you can hear like components of that. But dude, nobody sounds like fucking Red Hot Chili Peppers. No. They created their own, like, it's almost like they're their own genre.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
Some have tried, like, I don't know if you remember in the early 90s, partially because they kind of look the same, but Mike Patton kind of...
Yeah, don't they hate each other? I was actually going to bring that up.
They did, yeah. They
don't anymore?
I don't know about anymore.
It's amazing how similar they were back in the day.
Yeah, but, I mean, the Chili Peppers have been around since 84.
But what I feel... I don't know. I don't know anything about that history. I just know that they didn't like each other for whatever reason. But I almost feel like it's two like geniuses that happen to have the same ideas or similar ideas, I should say.
Well, look, the shitty part about it is, and I will admit it, when you get down to brass tacks, Anthony Kiedis is a great singer. He's a great lyricist. His ideas are awesome, right? He helped start his own genre, like you just said. Mm-hmm. But at the higher end, Mike Patton is just a superior musician.
Oh, yeah.
Far superior.
Yeah, of course.
But I just think at the time, they kind of looked the same.
Mm-hmm. They really did.
Mike Patton kind of sounded, reminiscent to Anthony Kiedis at times. So I think that was the whole, like...
Maybe it's one of those things. Have you ever experienced this? I experience it. Whenever I meet somebody that's similar to me, that like...
Dude, God only blesses earth with one of me, my man. That never happens.
Like if somebody kind of looks like me or somebody has mannerisms like me, or whatever, I don't like them. And it's probably because I think maybe I just don't like myself.
That's weird because I cannot not like Gussie. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's true. You're so used to it. I don't know, but maybe it was one of those things where they were like, I don't like that guy because they're too similar.
So you don't like me? A lot of people say you and I do the exact same. Yeah, people say we sound the same.
You're the buff version of me, so I'm like...
The brown version of you.
I'm just like, yeah.
Don't mess with me because this is what would happen.
So anyways, okay. So I wanted to get those two things out there. Mm-hmm. I really liked the first album, but I really loved the second album.
Yeah, Freaky Style.
And I think it was no. Okay, so how can I say it? Like there was not a song though that I could be like, oh my god, that was amazing, because they were all pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed, because it actually, again, going back on the happy thing, it like made me like in a positive mood. I was actually here in the studio when I first started listening to it, and I was working on stuff, just listening to it, and I was just like, man, this is great. Like it just got me in a good mood. It was really weird.
Yeah.
Started swinging my hips. Okay, but the second album to me really stood out in terms of like, I just loved that album from the beginning to the end. And then going into Mother's Milk, I realized something that...
Well, you skipped a whole album.
Oh, that was good too. The third. Yeah. I just put on here they were great. Like I can't... Like there was nothing... Again, I can say like the album is good, but until you get to Blood... Sugar, Sex, Magic... Mm-hmm. The songs kind of all run together. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I could see that, definitely. It's like they were trying just to be like that party...
Yeah,
that party band, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Right. And it was just a lot of I don't want to, because that sounds wrong saying it's a lot of the same stuff. But it's just a lot of that groove, the bass, that Anthony. You know what I mean? Anthony Kiedis doesn't have the most melodic voice until you get to, again, Blood, Sugar, Sex, Magic.
Yeah,
this is a tongue twister. But I realized something that I never knew before, and this is going to open up a whole new topic. Mother's Milk song Pretty Little Ditty. Uh-huh. I had no idea that song, the Butterfly Sugar song,
Oh, that they covered it or they sampled it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No.
I thought I told you that.
I never, all these fucking years. So that song became wildly popular in the 90s, right? Was it 90s?
It was like 2000.
Yeah. Right? Like, where these guys created this stupid fucking song, even though it was catchy as fuck. But I realized what was so catchy about it was that bass line. And I was always like, man, I got to give these guys props for writing a really cool fucking bass line. Yeah. Come to find, it's fucking Flea's bass line.
I thought I told you that.
I never fucking knew that.
You know what? And you I know you get mad because you know I do.
What?
But the only reason I like that song is because, well, yeah, one,
nostalgia.
It has, yeah, but the reason I started liking that song was I was like, hey, wait a minute, that's the Chili Pepper line, right?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah, I used to get fucking shit-faced drunk and sing that song to my wife all the time.
Yeah, I remember.
She'd be driving us home, and there I was drunk singing it to her.
Yeah.
I'm fucking awesome.
Well, you used to sing it to me too, but whatever. Yeah, like that, and it's crazy how it's just for like a moment. Like, it's a weird song.
Yeah.
And then like it does that, and I was like, so anyways, as much as I hate that song, it was interesting to make that connection.
Yeah.
And to realize that really all along I did not like that song because of those guys. The part of that song that I actually liked was because of Flea,
the world's greatest bass player. Hello.
I have to second that, man. I got to tell you, Flea, especially after like not only listening to all this, but seeing him perform live.
Yeah.
Flea is, there's nobody, dude. Like, I know they try to compare Les Claypool to Flea.
The funny thing about that is they have both come out and said, because they're well aware that they're pitted against each other.
Right.
Both of them. Mm-hmm. And Les Claypool has said, I can't do what Flea does. Flea has said, I can't do what he does. But right. I'm me and he's him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Flea is just amazing because you could put him in pretty much any band and he could make it happen.
Oh man, did you ever hear his project with Tom York?
Yes.
Atoms for Peace?
Yes. Incredible. It was really good. Yeah.
Oh, incredible.
So yeah, so then going on to I went all the way and listened to pretty much everything.
You better go all the way.
But again, I'm going to kind of say, like, when I first heard Red Hot Chili Peppers, like you had mentioned, you first heard Metallica at the Black Album. Mm. I first heard Red Hot Chili Peppers. Well, actually, no, I first heard their first album, but I didn't really get into them. It was like, it was cool, but I didn't, I was a metal kid, right?
Yeah.
But when I really got into them, I'll never forget, man. I was probably like 6th grade, 7th grade, something like that, when Blood Sugar came out, and I might be getting it wrong, but I remember being around that time.
It was 91, so yeah, around.
Oh no, then I was younger than that. Oh, maybe I heard it late. I don't know.
No, you were probably in the 6th grade.
Probably 5th grade.
Really?
Yeah, but of course, Under the Bridge. Mm-hmm. What was it? My favorite song that I used to play. What's that one called? It's the other slow song on that album.
Oh, I Could Have Lied.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's the best song on that album.
I Could Have Lied is probably my second favorite Red Hot Chili Pepper song, next to the...
You know what's so funny about you mentioning that? I'm not a guitar player, so I don't try learning people's songs. Mm-hmm. But when you and I first met, I asked you, I was kind of testing you. I'm like, hey man, can you learn this song for me?
Yeah.
And literally the next day you're like, here, I learned it for you.
Yeah.
And it was I Could Have Lied.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
That album, dude. And I like hearing the story behind like Under the Bridge, mm-hmm. where Anthony Kiedis talks about how he didn't have any intention on using it. He thought it was too emotional or whatever, or too different. And Rick Rubin was like, right? Rick Rubin?
Yeah.
Right. Rick Rubin was like, no, we're going to use this.
You know, that record was recorded in a haunted mansion.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You know how many records I've recorded in a haunted?
Fucking every one we've ever done.
But anyways, dude, like the dynamic, and again, this is where people don't understand producers. Mm-hmm. Like producers are not there to change you. They're there to me, in my opinion, to bring. Well, yes, some do, right? With our experience, mm-hmm. Some do. Those are not the best producers, right? Like a producer should enhance you,
bring the best out of you.
Yes, to be able to make you find in yourself as a writer, as a musician, things that you didn't even realize you were capable of. And I think that's exactly what he accomplished on that album.
Yeah. But the one thing I wanted to ask you was, did you hear the difference, right? So from Uplift to Mother's Milk,
kind of got a little bit darker.
Well, Uplift was the last album Hillel Slovak did with the Peppers before he overdosed.
Right.
Introduce John Frusciante on Mother's Milk.
I will say that John Frusciante was a much technical writer. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I agree.
I feel like, what's his name before? It was good. It was just run of the mill. Like, hey, this is my bass player. This is my badass drummer. I'm going to add to this. Whereas I feel like John Frusciante, his writing really shined. It like matched.
Right.
It matched what everybody else in the band was doing. And like hearing Anthony Kiedis talk about how these guys still to this day, like their life is all about music and writing music and creating it and practicing, and just still to this day with all the fame and everything, and you can tell, like, I don't know, it's just like they were good, but once John Frusciante came in, it just took them to a whole new level.
It was, and that's the shitty part about, and I don't want to say shitty because they've had so many guitar, not even so many, right? They had Hillel Slovak, John Frusciante, Arik Marshall stepped in for a little while.
Dave Navarro.
Then we got fucking Dave Navarro. Back to John. Then to Josh Koppenheimer. And now we got John again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just... like Josh whatever, I don't even know how to pronounce his fucking last name. It's like, he's good, right? He's a great musician. He's a great guitar player. But it's like these other guitar players, aside from Dave Navarro, because he really tried to put his own spin on it while keeping that Chili Pepper vibe.
Yeah.
But most of them are going to be like, I gotta sound like John Frusciante, I think.
Of course. He even looked like him.
Yeah.
Like, he kind of, like, performance-wise and stuff, like, he kind of looked like him.
Yeah.
So I was going to talk about that with the Dave Navarro stuff. I don't know, man. Like, that album became very mainstream-esque. I don't know. There was something different.
Well, yeah.
And Dave Navarro was great for Jane's Addiction. I mean, Jane's Addiction is one of my favorite bands ever.
Absolutely.
But I just feel like, I guess it served its purpose.
Yeah.
But it's no John Frusciante.
No. He brought the Peppers to a whole different realm, right? It had the Pepper vibe, but yeah, it was a good album for what it was. You know what I mean?
Is he clean now?
Who, Dave Navarro?
No, John Frusciante.
I don't even know, to be honest.
Because that's always been the thing, right? They all got clean, but he's always back and forth.
Dude, have you heard his solo albums?
Yeah, I don't like his voice.
Yeah, no, yeah.
He's like me. He can play guitar great, but can't sing for the fucking life of him.
The albums get better. Like, his first one is Neanderlades and Usually Just a T-Shirt or something like that. That album is like, the fuck did I just listen to?
Yeah.
But you biasly love it because it's him. And
right.
But the other one, something Water, I forgot the full title of it. That album's fucking great. Like, they progressively get better.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
No, yeah. And then, of course, dude, like, there's no denying Will Ferrell. Like,
yeah.
Will Ferrell is amazing.
Yeah.
He's so good at what he does. And the fact that he's able to balance between acting and playing drums for
Red Chili Peppers,
right? Dude, amazing.
Fucking amazing. Talk about talent.
But no, okay, results overall, their newer stuff, I like their newer stuff. It's actually easier for me to get into their older stuff than it is to get into the newer stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not that I don't like it. I do like it. Down in California. I don't know. It's whoa.
Dream of California.
Californication. Yeah. I don't know what's Danny California.
Danny California.
That's another one. What's their deal with California? He says California,
dude. He's
all the time. I know he's obsessed with it, but I heard he's moving to Hawaii. So now we're gonna hear like, Dream of Hawaii,
Dream of Honolulu.
Yeah. So that was my point. I was gonna bring up, like, there's so much California stuff in there.
Dude, he's a California kid at heart, dude. Surfer, skater.
Yeah, I know. I saw him on Point Break.
Yeah.
Fucking hardcore surfer dude.
Yeah, man. He loves California.
I wonder how he healed from that, getting shot in the foot.
I had to think about that.
He's a good actor, actually.
He is.
And then Flea, when he fired fucking Marty.
He got Marty fired.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. The Chinese guy fired.
Yeah, that's right.
The firing.
Wait, because he was snooping on his phone call with Flea.
Dude, it's so
fucking Flea, man.
It's crazy how many movies they've actually been in.
Yeah, I know.
They came out. The funny thing about the my love with the Chili Peppers, it's, you know, it goes back to my cousin Patrick, right? But he showed me this movie called Thrashin', which is a movie about skateboarders in California. And the Chili Peppers are in that movie.
Oh, really?
They play at one of the parties.
Uh-huh.
And that's when I was like, oh, I fucking love that band. And then, like, you just put two and two together later on down the line.
Interesting.
But yeah, they were in that movie. They were... Flea came out in...
Something recently.
Son-in-Law.
Oh, yeah.
He was the tattoo artist.
Yeah.
They came out in another movie with Charlie Sheen and Christy Swanson, I think it was. They were like truckers or some shit.
One of the best lines ever is, nope, that would be too easy. We're going to fuck you up.
That would be a waste of time.
Oh, waste of time. There you go. Whatever, yeah. We're just going to fuck you up. Anyways.
So
overall, amazing. How is it that I always like everything? Well, not everything, minus Breaking Benjamin, which, by the way, fuck Breaking Benjamin. They keep showing up in my fucking daily mixes on Spotify. Those fucking, damn it.
You're welcome.
Anyways.
You haven't caught yourself humming one tune?
No, not at all.
Dude, you would never fucking admit it.
I swear to God. I swear. Even my daughter was like, ooh. And I was like, I know.
Your uncle's an idiot.
So, yeah, Red Hot Chili Peppers, amazing.
Awesome.
Can't say that I can't say that like their songs are like some of them kind of blend together, but at the end of the day, like, I love them. I'll listen to them. I'll continue listening to them. I love everything they do. I feel like I'm going to be a little bit more intent when they come out with new stuff to really like dive into it, you know.
But this year they threw us for a loop. They put out 2 albums.
Yeah, I know, which is fucking nuts. Yeah. But anyways, no, I love it. They're fucking phenomenal.
Awesome. I'm glad. All right.
Next challenge, bro.
You want to do the next one?
Fuck yeah.
All right, you go first.
I am going to challenge you.
Oh, come on, man. Give me a break.
Actually, you know what's funny? The band I was going to challenge you with, you just said you loved, so I can't challenge you with them.
Well, here's the thing. And they're another band on my list that I'm surprised you haven't challenged me with. Yes, I'm familiar with Injustice for All. I'm familiar with Kill 'Em All. But really, for me, it was the Black Album.
No, that's not who I was talking about.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Metallica.
No.
Who? I'm
gonna throw in something. I'm gonna sideswipe you really quick.
Do it.
Sepultura.
Sepultura.
Dude, Sepultura.
Because of Soulfly, I'm a Max Cavalera fan.
But I want you to go back.
Okay.
Way back.
Sepultura. Got it.
I want you to really, because that band was very, very influential for me.
Yeah.
I think back to one of my very first drummers ever in one of my very first bands. Not my first, but one of my very first bands. He was the only drummer that I knew that could play the song Territory perfectly, flawlessly.
And what song is that from?
That's from Chaos AD, I believe, is the album.
Okay. And
so I used to just watch him. We would play that song just so I could watch him play it. One of the, still to this day, I mean, we were in high school, and he was such a great...
Luis?
No, Jacob Soto.
Oh, Jacob, yeah.
One of the best fucking drummers, man. Damn, he was so damn good. And then he moved away, and so we had to get other drummers, which, of course, drummers that we messed with were great too. But man, he opened my eyes to what drumming, and he was so young and so damn talented.
Yeah,
man.
He's our age, right? Or like a year older?
No.
Like
He's roughly our age, and to know that he was able to play to that level at that age, fuck.
He was incredible.
Yeah, I know he went on to do other things. I don't know my facts 100%, so I can't really say much.
I think he went to Vegas or something like that.
Yeah,
and he was drumming for. He did pretty cool stuff musically.
Yeah,
because he's that great of a drummer.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But anyways, that's going to be who I challenge you.
Yeah, I'm excited with this one. I'm very familiar with Sepultura, more than you think, because of Soulfly. I had to get my history done back in the day, and I found out Max Cavalera came from Sepultura. But yes, okay, cool. I'm excited about this one.
All right.
I can already tell you I'm gonna love it. But yeah. So one for you, it's kind of in the same vein of what you just hit me with, right? I know you are a fan of his solo stuff, and you're gonna say, dude, but I know about this band. But I want you to deep dive. Like, their discography is bigger than people think.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you're a fan of the solo stuff. Fact. Because, I mean, I even think on one of our episodes recently, you were like, oh, dude, that's all I've been listening to.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you just told me while we were at your house. Anyway, so I want you to deep dive the Smiths.
Oh, nice. That's exciting.
Yeah.
You know, my daughter's really been getting into, like, she was showing me yesterday, we were driving around, all the music. She's hardcore into Morrissey and the Smiths.
Oh, thank God.
Like,
awesome.
hardcore. She was showing me a lot of, like, bands that I love. Like, she's starting to listen to The Killers and, you know, stuff
Awesome.
like that. And
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, finally.
Dude, you know what my kid hit me? You know what my kid hit me with the other day? It almost made me cry. For whatever reason, both of my kids, for the longest time, were not distortion kids. Like, it wasn't, they don't like heavy music at all.
Mm-hmm.
And slowly but surely, my son, who's a musician himself, he's been getting into the Deftones, a song here or there.
Mm.
So for anybody who's a fan of t-shirts, right? They no longer make t-shirts properly. Okay, so I'm a medium, but the weird fabric that t-shirts are made out of now, the medium fits me like a fucking extra small.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought all these Deftones t-shirts thinking they were a size medium. Turns out they weren't. Long story short, like 2 weeks ago, he's like, hey, Dad, can I borrow some of your Deftones t-shirts? I almost cried.
Yeah.
Today, he's getting ready for school. He walks out of his room, and one of my Deftones t-shirts, I got a bit verklempt.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And unlike a lot of kids, he actually knows the music because he hears it from you.
He's learning their songs.
Yeah.
He taught me the other day. I was playing something. He goes, "You know, you're playing that wrong, right?"
Oh, my son is the cutest.
He is, dude.
We transferred ownership of a Line 6 half stack to now he has it. To know that it ended up in the hands of my son.
Life is coming full circle, buddy. Yeah, he gets all. It's funny to hear him talk about it because I hear him talking to his friends, and he's like, "Oh yeah, my uncle. Oh, my uncle. My uncle."
When he came to the studio the other day, he was like, he was so happy to be here.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I just think about when we were kids and we would walk into any studio. It was like,
and it's funny you mentioned that because he actually told me, because his first words were after the amp thing. I had to take him to school a few days later. Anyway, he was like, "Dad, I didn't know Uncle Paul's studio was like that." He's like, "I know you told me about it," and he's like, "But I just couldn't picture how big it, like, you know, the scale of it."
right.
And he's like, "That place is fucking awesome." And he's like, "Uncle Paul's telling me all this, all that," and I'm like, "Now do you get it?" Because I've told him for years, your uncle, you have what most kids would kill to have at their fingertips. And now he gets it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. But he needs to come here.
That's what dude, I tell him all the time, but I think seeing it, being here, it finally hit him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The magnitude of like what this kid can really do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I would love that. Love that. Like, I just need to pass this knowledge on to somebody. You know what I mean?
I ask you all the time and you tell me no. Well, whatever, man. That's because I know what it is.
Yeah.
You know I'm going to be a better producer than you. You don't want that to happen.
Shut up.
You know, the only difference between me and you is pushing buttons. Because the theory, it's all here already, buddy. All right, so the Smiths. Yes, I want you to take a deep dive.
Yes, 100%.
The reason I'm excited for this one, and, you know, backstory, and I've said it before, you cannot be a part of my family without being a Morrissey fan. And I've loved Morrissey and the Smiths since birth. Like, they are my top 5, you know, Morrissey or anything Morrissey does, but the Smiths, it's everything.
Did you hear what he just did in LA?
No, what happened?
He walked off stage after 9 songs because he said he was too cold.
Well, he's getting old.
Yeah. He's been doing that for like 2 decades.
I know, man. So,
but you know what? It's such a Morrissey thing to do.
Yeah. Morrissey is, to me, he's God's gift, man. Like, I mean, him and Johnny Marr are like what I say are you and I, right? How they've never reconciled, made amends to, But whatever, right?
I'm excited. No, I'm super, super, super excited.
Because I know you've heard the Smiths,
Yeah,
right?
but I don't sit there and listen song, but I just listen to the go-tos that I love. Like
my favorite Smiths album, when you get to it, and I want you to sink in on it, is the album Strange Ways, Here We Come.
Okay.
Oh my God. That album is fucking phenomenal.
That's weird. You always tell me it's Strange Ways How I Come.
Well, it is because you like to do it in different ways, or sometimes it's a spurt, sometimes it's a full, sometimes it's a dribble.
No, man, I'm like fucking Peter North. Fuck, dude, it's just like a fire hose, man.
Oh, gross. You're disgusting.
All right, let's get into this chat.
Dude, glad you brought that up. So, and today on the chat,
Dude, perfect.
got it? All
Yeah.
right. So today I bring you a band that's very, very new. And I found out something very interesting about them the other day because of my boy Justin. He and I were texting about them the other day. But
Justin?
I heard this band a few months ago. Now, recently, there seems to be like this resurgence of people wanting to bring back the 90s, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm finding bands wanting to bring back the good side of the 90s more and more. The darker grunge type stuff. Not just the 90s in general, but... So I stumbled upon this band the other day because what brought them to my attention was the name of the band first, because I've said it a million times. That's how I find these bands. I just scroll and I find a cool name and I say, oh, I want to see what that sounds like.
Right.
And they have a female singer. I think sometimes there's a male vocalist in there. But anyway, musically they're great. They're doing that 90s thing very, very well. Justin agrees that they're a great band. And they're a band by the name Fleshwater. Yeah. Their catalog is very small. They put out an EP, a demo actually in 2020, and their first full album just recently came out a few weeks ago, 2022.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great. Female fronted, very dark, very grungy. But fun fact, and I was gonna put this band. This band is on my chat list. I just haven't gotten around to it. Two of the members from this band I'm about to mention are in this band, and it kind of makes sense. So I forgot which members Justin said they were, but there's this band called Vane FM.
They're good. I like them.
Yeah, very metal, very
super heavy,
very industrial.
Yeah.
Two of the members are in this fucking band.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I had no fucking idea.
I think it was Justin that showed me Vane.
I showed you one song.
Was it you? It was
Well,
one.
I don't know.
You guys are always showing me artists,
Yeah.
which I thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Unlike Jason, who shows me an artist and
Fuck
thinks I'm
Jason.
gonna love him, and like I'm like, it's all right.
Actually,
and then he gets so mad.
Actually, I'm gonna give fuck Jason some props right now. He sent me a band the other day that was really good.
Really? Who?
Bad to be good to be bad to be good, or I don't remember. It's like some long ass fucking name,
Oh,
but it was really good.
he shows me stuff. I mean, he has shown me artists that I ended up getting into, but I think his thing is that I don't know. He's just weird.
That should be Jason's nickname. I want people to catch on to that. It's not Jason. It's fuck Jason. Hey, there's fuck Jason.
I told him we're gonna do T-shirts and his face is gonna be on it, so everybody can know who fuck Jason is.
Where's fuck Jason at? Oh, dude, I love it. Everybody, we need to bring that on.
Yeah.
Fuck Jason.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah. Well, anyways, one of you guys showed me Vane,
Yeah.
who I do like.
Yeah, they're fucking amazing. So to know that they were in, because considering what Vane sounds like and what these guys sound like, it's a stark contrast. But this band is fucking amazing. Their whole album is ridiculous. So my chat for the day is Fleshwater.
Awesome.
Check them out and let me know what you think.
So on topic, off topic.
Mhm.
I know you always say that, so I'm taking that from you.
Thank you.
I discovered a band that has existed for many decades before I was even born that I really like. And I don't know if you know of them. Jason knew who they were.
Fuck Jason.
I have to pause now because I'm like, I know it's coming. So I came across this article where they were talking about the hatred between the guitar player of this band and Robert Smith from The Cure. And it got me very intrigued to who this band was, because apparently they were signed by the same A&R scout. And they just from day one they recorded in the same studio. So for example, I think it was them. They had said that I think the hatred started where they were sneaking into a studio to record an album at night, and The Cure was recording, and they were using The Cure's gear, and like without them knowing, just because they were sneaking in to record this album. Anyways,
Really?
it's a band called The Jam.
Okay, I've heard of the Jam, but I didn't know about that
Yeah,
whole thing.
man.
Really?
And so I went and started listening to their stuff, and I like it a lot.
Really?
It's really good, man. It's like very it's edgy for that time, almost like punkish, kind of like early punk.
Yeah.
It's cool, man. You should check it out.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out.
I think.
But I mean, I'll tell you right now, I'm Team Cure. So
Oh,
fuck
of
those
course,
guys.
me too, absolutely. But I think it was pretty cool because you figure all these years passed, right? But no, he actually like is quoted as like calling like Robert Smith a fucking cunt or something. Like they hate each other. It runs that deep.
Dude, and that's a collaboration. I'm like, I don't know if it's Morrissey's fault. I don't know if it's Robert Smith's fault, but like how they've never been.
Don't they hate each other too?
I think they did. Do or did. I have to ask Gussie. I don't know. But
Yeah,
to me,
Gussie
that would
would
be
know.
fucking whoa.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore because they're old farts, right? But like, had they done it like in the 90s?
In the day, it's kind of like like when boxers like come together in their prime instead of when they're old men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mayweather and Pacquiao,
Yeah, exactly.
which we're going to
Well-
get soon.
Stop calling me people. Anyways, all right. Anything else?
No, man. I thought, I think we did great. I love your thoughts on the peppers. I really do.
Yeah.
I've always known that you love them, but
I
wanted
do.
you
They're
to-
fucking delicious. Like jalapenos are my favorite.
All right. Yeah, no, I'm good. I got everything I needed to.
Awesome.
So, with that said, everybody, you won't hear from us next week. Paul's going to be in Cancun, shirtless. So,
soaking up the sun.
soaking up the sun, and I'm going to be at work providing electricity for all you motherfuckers who need to eat dinner. Enjoy your family because I don't get to be with mine because you
Hey.
guys need electricity.
And since I'm gonna be gone, I've got to stuff your turkey right now.
Oh, God damn it. Yeah, you did. I forgot. You got to give it a good stuffing. So from ours to yours, thank you guys. Hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your loved ones. Remember, time is short. Don't take advantage of it.
Yep. I might get killed by the cartel while I'm on the beach.
Man, don't say that. That's the one thing I've been thinking about, dude.
I know you have.
Dude, when you told me you were going to Mexico, I said, oh, man.
It's so funny because my older brother, Eric, he went, not too long ago, and he was like, what better way to die than being fucking wasted on the beach and then you get killed by the cartel? Like, if I got to go, that's how I want to go. And I'm like, that's a good point.
Yeah, because you think it's going to be easy, just a shot to the head and you're gone. What if they think you're somebody and they kidnap you and torture you?
That's true. What if what if they were to shoot me in the face?
That's a chance we were willing to take.
All right. Thank
And
you
with
guys.
that, everybody, again, enjoy your holidays. Thank you guys. Until next time. Bye.